On April 16th, it's going to be a week that I have titled, Who Am I? The sun will be in Aries at 2 degrees in the 10th house. The sun in astrology represents our identity, ego, and our drive. The sun is in Aries in the 10th house, okay? So those fraudsters I was talking about with the midheaven in Pisces 10th house, yeah. These people want to be seen and respected like an Aries, like a boss, like the first to ever do and or say something. They are pretending and playing this role because they feel like it's going to get them ahead. And that's the main goal in the 10th house, is to get ahead, even at the expense of others. The root of all evil is indeed money, and it is being exposed at this time. Everyone is pretending to be a leader, independent, and self-made, and I promise you it's all lies. The sun rules Leo. Leo rules the 5th house, and the 5th house deals directly with casual sex, dating, risks, gambling, and acting. People use money and status to gain sexual favors as well. And it's important to note that the 10th house doesn't deal with just business and work. It's about public image, and everyone wants to appear a certain way, and that appearance isn't always authentic. In other words, it's just all fake. I find that the problem with society, okay, is the 10th house has conditioned people to always present that quote-unquote customer service voice and or face. Okay, reality check people. When you go into an establishment or a business, these people are being trained and paid to act like they give a fuck. People really believe the illusion like these companies care about them when it's all a facade to get their money. I've worked in customer service jobs in the majority of my working life, and I've witnessed firsthand how people really have an expectation for you to care personally. And this is due to those fake facades that is trained in employees. All right. So an example, when you go to Chick-fil-A and an employee that's taking your order outside in all conditions of weather, when they respond to you, my pleasure, I promise you it is not their pleasure. But people will walk away believing that. And haha, jokes. Haha. Now, with the sun in Aries in the 10th house, if you really want to see if you really want to see, you will see that most people will say and do anything they deem necessary to appear on top, to appear in charge, or to appear in control and unrestricted, basically like they are a leader, not a follower. A person will say anything to get clients, promotion, attention, and of course, to be first. Now, from a different perspective, when the sun is in Aries in the 10th house, this is also an indicator of new trailblazers paving a new way for themselves. As a result, okay, a true leader and or entrepreneur is born. With everything in life, there will be an authentic source and a watered down copy. And as I aforementioned, there will always be people who pretend to be a leader, a boss, and self-sufficient. Then there will be others who are utilizing this energy to create a path of their own. And genuinely, by genuinely, I mean by putting in the work, time, and effort, blood, sweat, and tears when no one's watching. In conclusion, most will be led back into conformity, ultimately staying a sheep in the 10th house, while others are choosing to go a different route. Now, the moon will also be in Aquarius at 16 degrees in the 8th house. The moon transitioned into the sign of Aquarius on April 15th of 2023. And at that time, the beginning themes of quote unquote strong selfish energies hidden behind a friendly face, quote, that cycle has emerged. The moon does not like or feel comfortable in the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius naturally is quirky, indifferent, logical, eccentric, and independent, all of which the moon ruling the sign Cancer is not. It truly sucks for anyone to have an Aquarius moon in a natal chart. However, during this transit, exposure that people do not know themselves and are actually uncomfortable being themselves is going to be exposed. This truly explains why with the sun in Aries in the 10th house, most are going to be led, which is that Aries energy, right back into conformity, which is 10th house energy. They do not know who they are or their purpose and are quite frankly scared of themselves, and so they rather someone else control them. They rather someone else make their rules and tell them who they are. Why? Because it's easier to blame an external force when things go wrong. When you are truly an Aries type or exuding authentic Aries energy in the 10th house, you take all the responsibility for all rights and wrongs. Most lack self-awareness, so it's always someone else's fault, and I promise they will look for a fault in everyone but themselves. Okay, so I'm typing this up right now, and I just felt the need to kind of break this down real quick. This energy should be already starting, but it's going to be at its Optimus Prime on April 16th, so that's next week, everyone.